Anyway, back to the depression. Basically, the depression is there. I always use this parody, and that is of mice, and excuse me, I guess they've got a train going through here, but say a rat in a maze. And in order for the rat to go through to ring the bell to get the sugar or whatever, the treat, it goes down several tunnels. And in a depression, that's what you are, in a closed environment, in a maze, where you are, searching knowingly or unknowingly, going down tunnels and finding dead ends all the time. And eventually, what's happening is things in your life, when the depression gets really bad and really worse, before it starts changing, actually, you'll find that it's so dark that you don't want to do anything, and it's so horribly, as I said, debilitating. And it's as if you're in a dark room in a straitjacket and you're screaming inside your mind, and nobody can help you. You can't even ask your dear loved ones because they don't understand the kind of depression that you're going through. So basically what this is, and I know you think I'm crazy saying even that that it's a gift, is when you think about it, think about this. Depression actually shuts you down. It doesn't let you or allow you to go into watching TV, internet, in other words, distractions. What it is trying to do is to actually, it more or less implodes you. And imploding you, you start really thinking about yourself. And that's a lot of people don't realize, that you're not thinking about what you want in life, that things have got away from you, that what you really makes you happy, whether it be another job, whether it be doing something that you really enjoy, even as a hobby. And what that chapter changes, and the depression, it literally closes you down into a room where you start really being not exactly selfish, but really introspective and looking at what you want in your life. So I would like you to consider that scenario, that a depression actually is that. So think about it carefully. You don't need to really use my scenarios, but I want you to be open to that. There are some miracles that I've had happen with the candle lesson, which I will share with you, but I will not put the candle lesson on this particular video. It'll be separate. But I hope this helps you, and it's just a snippet, but I hope you see that usually after this kind of depression, when you've enclosed yourself in this huge scenario of, even another parody that I use is, I don't know if many of you know what happens to a caterpillar when it goes into a cocoon. Well, the obvious thing, it's created into a butterfly. But what happens inside the cocoon? Not too many people know it, but what happens inside that cocoon is these cells actually melt. They melt down to their cellular level. Now, what are you doing in that time when you're through this depression? You're screaming inside your mind, you're at wit's end, you're crying, you're anguished, you feel as if you have no route out. And that's why I use the parody of the caterpillar changing into the butterfly. And while that time is when you're actually melting, is when your cells are being ripped apart. And basically that's what a lot of my clients feel. And that is how they more or less can identify that they are in renewal. And this is what I want you to understand, is the renewal stage. And just before you actually start recreating yourself into a butterfly, or metamorphosizing into who you should be in this huge chapter change, you will see that it's the darkest time. Do not give up, please. Your guides are around you. These are people, and I'll do a short video on what guides are later. And the guides will help you. The candle lesson, I've seen miracles myself and family, but most importantly my students and all my clients have seen miracles happen. And I'll explain that in another video. And hopefully that will help. That remember, the depression will come just shortly before a major change in your life. And after that, you'll wonder why and how you even got through the depression. But soon after you finish that stage, you'll see an incredible amount of growth that follows. That is usually the fastest and the highest amount of growth that you will see in your life. think back and when you last had something like that, and really do your own investigation on this one. And thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next video.